Namaste. Welcome back. We're into our physical layer. So the physical layer, if we look at our flame, it's actually the hottest part of the flame. And if you think of it in our human body, our physical layer, the outer, the bones, the flesh, this is the physical layer. So the physical layer is kind of sometimes gets like the forefront of the human experience because we're physical beings. So, but the other layers of our being often they don't get as much acknowledgement. So you can see in our modern day and age, with makeup and hair products and gyms, and there's a lot of focus on the physical layer. So the work of the physical layer is to look at kind of the feelings associated with the physical layer. So meaning, how do you feel right now? Like if we just stop, pause, close our eyes, and just feel like your body from the inside out, do you feel good? Do you feel, is there pain? Or do you feel clear? Can you feel your feet on the ground? Okay, so we're going to open our eyes and then just think about how physically you bring goodness into your life. Now, I'm a yoga teacher. I've been teaching yoga for 20 years. So for me, it's kind of been one of the pathways of deep embodiment and learning how to really be in the body and be really aligned. And yeah, it's a great practice. I feel so um, grateful that it's this has been the core of my life for 20 years. And but what I realize is that it doesn't have to be yoga. It can be things that make you feel embodied, like dancing, like walking, like things like swimming, and things that really just being in the sun, letting the sun come right into your bones and give you deep feeling. So this layer is about getting back into yourself. So barefoot walking was an amazing practice that kind of gained fame a few years ago, where it was just to connect back into nature, to feel your feet again, touching the earth, touching the ground. So I really encourage things like that, like where you really get to feel the outside in again. And but it's not just physical practices, it's also about what is going into your body and nourishing your body. So now we think, okay, that's food. It's not just food, it's actually things that nourish your mind, nourish your sense of care and compassion. What are things that you are surrounding yourself with that are good for you? Your friends, your family, your conversations, the experiences that you're having. So, this is when we get into the deeper layers, when we look through life at deeper layers, not just at kind of the outer surface, but when you go into deeply felt, soulful experiences that go past the physical, through the emotional, through the intuitive, right into the center where there's this feeling of deep peace, deep joy, um, and brings calmness. So that is kind of the call of bringing in the physical layer. A couple other things just about the physical is that notice what is restricting and creating tensions. So this is kind of where the yoga practice is helpful, or these kind of practices are helpful because they bring you clarity into areas. So for example, if we're doing some opening of the chest, shoulders, you might have a way that you hold your head that creates tension, or a way that you express yourself that feels quite strong um, for the rest of your body. So it's like, oh, maybe I need to just bring it in a little bit. Let me just like soften that little bit. Maybe not be so intense when I'm typing, maybe soften that feeling and operating out of that cool, calm, collected as much as possible. actually has an effect on your exterior physicality. So, um, yeah, I really encourage deep listening to yourself, deep listening to what your body needs, being gentle with yourself, compassionate. Also, food and drink, nourishment. To think about you're feeding yourself with goodness. So, and yeah, it's amazing when you feed yourself with goodness to that you know you're taking care of yourself. You're treating yourself with kindness. So, and that goes right into the emotional layer, because often on the emotional layer, you know, we often look at it from the outside, but actually it's also an internal experience. So this is the, yeah, the beauty of operating from the center, being in the center. It's not just a practice. It's the way you walk. It's the way that you make choices. It's the way that you create your future. So that is the 5 layers, and I'm gonna also send everybody. When I get your email, I'll send you one of these, and it's just like a little template of what we just spoke about. But I really encourage you to rewatch this. Some things might come up again, and I'm gonna send you one little closing video after this. Namaste, and thanks so much for being a part of it.